Money that we're making, it's not enough to really cover our rent, you know.
Lynette Mitchell is visiting the Jacksonville Housing Authority for help. We ran into her this morning.
I had to get me an extra job.
She'll soon be threatened with eviction because the cost of her longtime apartment is just too high for her to keep up.
Can you give me an idea of how much your rent increased from, a few years ago to now?
About $400.
So that $400 is now why you need assistance.
Yes.
Lynette's story is sadly not unique. A recent study by the Jax Rental Housing Project shows a corporate invasion of Duval County, with 72% of multifamily properties, like apartment complexes, owned by real estate and investment firms that are often based out of state. That's in part leading to rents rising and a high number of eviction filings. It's also leading to an increased need for help.
We've been at capacity since, I think, around 2020.
James Tyre is a housing attorney at the Jacksonville Area Legal Aid Office. We spoke with him by phone. He says he's seen a gradual increase in the number of people who need help with evictions.
When someone's going through the eviction or, threatened with eviction because of rising rent, what can they do? What services do they have in Jacksonville that they can turn to?
Well, there's not always a whole lot. I think we've seen that people's income hasn't really kept up with the rising rental rates around the city. And when they can't afford rent and they fall behind on their rent, there's not often a whole lot that they can do.
A 2023 preemption law significantly impacted tenant protections in Florida. The state law limits the passage of local policies like rent control and source of income ordinances. Now that local ordinances regulating tenant-landlord relationships are prohibited, the Sunshine State is an ideal place for landlords to do business. So what happens when corporations run apartment complexes with the goal of turning profit and with little regulation from the state? Often, regular maintenance is ignored.
Well, they try to make their business more efficient. And what that means on a large scale is largely cutting costs.
The UNF study indicates that the most common place Jacksonville area residents turn to for help with deteriorating living conditions is local media. We've seen these effects firsthand. The I-Team most recently investigated living conditions at Colonial Forest on the west side and at Cascade Apartments in Grand Park. Red Bay Apartments in Arlington has also seen its fair share of problems. And Red Bay Apartments is considered an eviction hotspot with 143 evictions filed in 2022. Tiffany Salome, Channel 4, the local station.
The Jax Rental Housing Projects supports the creation of an Office of Housing Resources and the establishment of a landlord registry in Duval County to help with these issues.